When I first meet them, depending on their situation, we'll have a very candid discussion because Mike and I incite change. That's what we do. And we're realizing more and more that's what's happening. So the Jeremy that came and met me the first day is the Jeremy you're going to meet tonight. But it took a while for him to show up with other people. Some nuts are harder to crack. But I am so pleased to introduce Jeremy and all our students. I feel very blessed that I have the opportunity to work with them. And here's Jeremy.
Anyways, yeah, I am Jeremy. I'm a mortgage broker by trade. And really, I'm petrified right now. This will be the most open and honest I've ever been in front of a group of people that I kind of know and I kind of don't know. So let's go for a ride. So when I was a little kid, I struggled severely with my temper. It was just all-encompassing. I had no control over it. It was like I was a ticking time bomb. I had no idea how or when or what was going to happen. And it ruled my life, it ruled my family's life, it caused a ton of chaos. Just not an enjoyable experience, but I did manage to get through it. But there was one person who I never had a blowout, I never had a rage issue around, and that was my granddad. He was just this incredible human who means the absolute world to me. Such to the point that if you call him my grandpa, I'm gonna get pissed. It's night and day difference, absolutely magical difference. He was just this incredible human, and I get to hang out with him a lot. My grandparents lived very close by when I was a kid, so I was very fortunate to spend a lot of time over at their house. My granddad and I used to build things in his shop. He had this amazing shop downstairs. It was very particular, pegboard all over the walls, tracings of tools, exceptionally organized, and we would build things, whatever I wanted. He was very crafty, and we could build anything and everything, and he would show me exactly how to do that, how to do it the right way. We would go through the process, and then when we were all done, of course, we would clean it up because it had to be clean, it had to be tidy. If you're going to do something the right way, you do it start to finish the right way. As much as he was an organized individual, it's not to say that he was a square and he was boring. If anything, he was an incredible performer. When we were kids, we would go over and we'd have dinner with them. And so my grandma would be over here, granddad was over here, kids on one side, folks on the other. We'd all be sitting around, and my grandma was very religious and loved to say grace, so we'd all bow our heads, but of course, one eye is cocked over to see what my granddad's going to do because something's happening. So she'd start into grace, and that was lovely. But he had dentures, so he would flick his dentures out. Tongue's hanging out over the top, And so we're kids. We're trying to respect our grandma and be reasonable, and we're snickering away, but we're doing everything we can to hold it together. And of course, my grandma would finish grace. She'd look at my grandfather. He would tuck his teeth in immediately. And of course, we're still holding it together. And then he would finish off with something magical, much like her grace, but in a totally different manner, and say, look over the teeth, over the gums, look out stomach, here it comes. Something just that ruined it all. And now we're killing ourselves laughing and just having a blast. And of course, my grandma would just shoot a look over, Harry! And that's it. The whole room would just set off and outrageously funny. As much as we'd have the fun, we would build things. He did have a back injury when he was very young, so he couldn't always just, be that extra kid. Sometimes we just hang out. I get to go downstairs and hang out in his office, his little office downstairs. He had a 13-inch black and white TV, and we would watch wrestling together. I would get him beers from the fridge, extra old stock. He would give me a sip. It was awful. It's still awful. But you know what, it didn't matter. It didn't matter what I was doing, where it was. I got to hang out with my granddad because he was absolutely my best friend. And probably one of the coolest things that ever happened when I was a kid is leaving my grandparents' house. We'd be getting all our stuff together, get the family to leave, and my grandfather would sneak off and he would go to his money machine. That money machine, he would come back, and of course we knew where he'd been, but it was the same routine every time, what's going on, what do you got? Sure enough, out comes a crisp $1 or $2 bill. And just, it was magical, mind-blowing, and we would just try and figure out, where to come from, how did you get this? And of course, he's very coy. Oh, it's my money machine. I just went out and printed it. Not a big deal. So of course, we lose our minds. And still, that was just absolutely incredible experience for us as kids. And to top that all off, he had this baseline of absolute integrity through anything that he did. He had more integrity than any person, even to this day, that I've ever met. When he worked at the dockyard, he would often be told to slow down or take more breaks because he was completing the job too fast. He was making people look bad. Just didn't happen. It wasn't in his DNA. It's just not the way he was built. And that's probably the characteristic that I appreciate of him, of all of his amazing things, more than anything else. Unfortunately, and terribly, he passed away in 1991. And as you can see, it still affects me tremendously to this day. And my whole entire world absolutely shattered. Broke my heart. I lost my best friend. I lost my hero. And I didn't think I would ever be the same ever again. And it still hurts. It still hurts today. It's still gonna hurt every day. But what I realize now is it's pretty incredible at 25 years later that I get to emulate the traits of my hero every single day that I go to work. For him, with my temper as a kid, he accepted. It didn't matter. Accepted everything. I was a lunatic, and that was totally okay by him. And I very much do that for my clients. I understand that, you are the person that you are. Your life happens, and I understand that. I know what it's like to go through stuff. So, I'm completely willing and able to accept that. I think you deserve a fair chance regardless of what your situation is. My granddad busted his ass all the time, no matter what, and taught me how to do things the right way and to never give up until that job is completely finished. The organization he had in his shop was all the tools of his trade, and now I can apply the same tools of my trade, the systems that I have in place. I have an ability to take those and do it right and make sure that the job is always done. Of course, I get that exciting experience every single day of trying to find money for my clients, the joy of tracking down that money machine. I get to see how amazing that is when I find the money, and my clients kind of get to experience that joy of owning a home and experiencing their dreams. And of course, the integrity that my grandfather had, as I said, that's the characteristic I appreciate more than anything and have a ton of respect for. And I feel like that is kind of built into me from day one. And above all else, that's the foundation of my entire business. I'm Jeremy Langdon, I'm a mortgage broker, and that's why I do what I do. Integrity, loyalty, and acceptance. From that, I am able to build real relationships with my clients. I get to act as their voice, and I am absolutely not going to quit until such time as I find the right mortgage and the right solution for them. I get to be the money finder, and I get to help them to own a home and experience their dreams. As I transitioned into working as a mortgage broker, I found that the foundation of my business comes from my experience with my grandfather when I was a kid. He very much had more integrity than any person that I've ever met. We'd go over to his house, and every time that we were leaving, we'd run away, and we'd go to his money machine, and we'd come back with a crisp $1 or $2 bill. And as kids, we would absolutely lose our minds. And I realize now I get that experience of the joy of trying to find money every time that I go to work for my clients. When I'm not at work, I can volunteer. I started volunteering for the Vancouver Cherry Blossom Festival 8 years ago now, which is pretty wild. I started working with the director, doing a little bit of IT support. Now I'm part of the junior board of directors. And then I started doing that through Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I'm more involved with the Make-A-Wish Foundation on the resource development community. It just helps to connect other people through the networks that we have to make these wishes come true for kids. It's not really describable in words, it's an experience, it elevates you. I'm focused on real relationships, and every single person has a story to tell. I get to learn about that, I get to see kind of where they've been and how they got here, and I get to see that experience through their eyes. That helps me to do my job better. It gives me a better because that's really what it comes down to. I'm not just there.
Oh.
25 years of your life.
Gives me a better opportunity to see what they want. 25 years of their life.
You're not.
I will say, for some, this is a hard-earned battle. My friend, you earned this. Congratulations, it has been an honor.
Thank you so much.
You know, I want to come back to the video because when Jamie did Jeremy's video, and Jeremy sent it to us to get feedback on, it was amazing to finally meet the grandfather. Right? Like, having heard that story, didn't you all get goosebumps when you saw that photo, right? Yeah. The impact that that man had on that man is amazing. And to be able to share that through media is truly something special that you need to give yourself credit for. Now, I figured going into this that this would be an awesome time for a break, because I kind of knew what I was doing. So please, get yourself some wine, come back. We'll do about a